What do you do with the Bitcoin besides it just gather value?
Real estate developers in New York City, they're not buying the real estate because they want to live in it.
But like most of the people who are buying assets at some point want to sell the assets at a profit.
People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Al Shizzle, what's up, RD?
Okay.
What's up, Pirate?
Right, like, the point is, if you have the superior asset, it's going up forever more. Forever.
Right, I mean, right, but I mean, we can all look Bitcoin sort of as
forevermore. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use.
All right. Good enough. Hey, what's up? Hey, I'm wearing my Bitcoin shirt today. Oops, Sumi has an eye injury. I think I have to keep her out of the room. Let me close the door real quick. She likes to come in and bark. Ooh, how are you guys doing? Did you have a good weekend? I got the Bitcoin video to start us off. We also have the whole Bloodbath hoax. I have a Bloodbath video to show you guys. Multiple Bloodbath videos. We can go over some of Don Lemon's interview with Elon Musk. I have some of that today. We have interesting video from that actor. You can see he claims it's AI. Kate Middleton was spotted. The king is not dead. There was a rumor being spread today that he was. Apparently, the king is not dead. They were saying the king is dead. So,
Fiat currency. We call them poor.
Solana's over $200. So people who listen to me, I've been talking about that for a long time. So that's good. Good on you for listening. It's up like 35% over the past 7 days. So that's looking good. People are using Solana to gamble on meme coins. That's what's happening. And I don't suggest you do that. You could buy some Elizabeth Warren. You could buy some potato, but I don't know. It's real easy to lose money on meme coins. If you want to buy a meme coin, buy Whiff, Dog with Hat. That's a good one. So Edgar Mencia says, "Sup with England. What's up is that the king is not dead and Princess Kate is not dead." Hey, Mitchell Harrison. Oh, that's so nice of you to say. Says, "I love your show." I love you, man. Not like that, but I love you too. Yeah, I'm doing my best to continue bringing it to you, whether or not I think I have enough stuff to show you guys or not. So thanks, Mitchell. That's cool. Nice of you to say. What do you like about it? What's the best part? The pauses, the uncomfortable silences. I'm trying. So I have some different news. I don't know how long it's going to be, but I have the Bloodbath hoax. I have news. Yeah, Mitchell Harrison says, "You almost banned me once, but I always tune in, my dude. The presentation is pure." Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Thanks for saying that. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm doing my best to get by. I'm on day 7 of my keto diet. I think it's going well. I haven't noticed the positive effects yet from it, but they say it's really, really good for your brain. That's what they say. Oh, and Bitcoin's pumping right now a little bit, back up to 67.6. You guys want to see the chart? Let's see. It's on a little bit of a pump. So it's a good time to buy Bitcoin all the time. There's predictions now that it's going to go up to 150K this year. The MSM is untrustworthy. That's for sure. I'll show you the origin of the hoax. And I'll show you the reaction from the media. But really, I'm just checking in with you guys. Hope you guys are doing well. I got some coffees this morning. Thanks for that little round box. Appreciate you. I'll read those off during the show. So, God, I gotta get my energy up. Let me get some of this. Nuckfugget says historically, Bitcoin drops 40% between now and the halving. Well, we're gonna hope that doesn't happen this time. Let's see the chart for people who tune in for charts. It's not even showing it appropriately. There it is. That shows it better. It's on a pump right now. So share this tab instead. Mitchell says, not inflammatory. Look up what happens to carbs when you cook. All carbs exposed to high heat yield a deadly toxin. Yeah, they say that it causes some kind of mitochondrial change that helps the way you think. So I'm committed to it. I've been doing a week so far. They say after 2 weeks, maybe you see some results for it. So there's the chart for Bitcoin up to 67.6. Good time to get in. If you ever need any help with cryptocurrency, I did a consultation over the weekend or on Friday. I think I told you guys about that. Go ahead and text me at the show number, 650-GAY-TAXI, 650-429-8294. I really like helping people out. And you can text me if you have any questions, just in general. So, been talking to somebody who got into Elizabeth Warren coin. I can show you the chart for that too, but that's down. That's down. Meme coins are very, very risky, but that's what people are buying right now. It's like a frenzy. It's like a super frenzy, in fact, but mostly on Solana. So Solana is the big story right now. Let me see. Let me go to crypto Solana. Let's see where that's at. 201,944. Yeah. Here's the chart. There's the chart for Solana. It had a long period of consolidating, but over the last week or so, it's been up a lot. And it's the future of cryptocurrency, I think. I can teach you how to use it, how to trade. I can teach you all kinds of things about it if you're interested. So just text me, okay? And okay, so now I'll get into the news. I'll show you the bloodbath. I'll show you the bloodbath hoax. Thanks, Angie Power Disney. Yeah, if you ever need any help with anything, how to store it, if you ever need to know like how to store it, how to move it from different exchanges, or how to trade it on decentralized exchanges, I can help you with that. I've been doing it for a long time. So if you want to support the show, go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, drop some coffees. I really appreciate your support while I'm looking for gainful employment. This is what I've been doing, is doing my show as much as possible, even when sometimes it's difficult. You know what I mean? Sometimes life is difficult, I think, for everybody. So yeah, I've been going through it, but I just do my best to keep a level head and everything. Thanks everybody who supports the show. I really appreciate you. And let me start off with the intro. Okay, cue musical intro. Boy, that's brilliant. I do think some things in the world are real. Like you guys. You guys are real. Most of you. Most of my listeners, I think, are not just in my head. I think I have the metrics to prove it. You've taken a leap of faith today. What is that sound? And I apologize if you take offense. I'm a little offended myself. Welcome to our show. Welcome to the future. What it is, joining you live from sunny California. It's a beautiful day today. I'm your host, Nathan Stoltman. And I bring you the news, the real news. Yes, pretty much the real news. Cy Girl says, You like cabbage and potatoes with your corned beef? You can still have cabbage, I think, with keto, but not potatoes. And you say that carbs have never been demonstrated as necessary or essential to the human diet. They just add variety and flavor. They make things cheaper. It's very expensive to have a keto diet. I've been spending so much money on groceries and steaks and stuff, but I love the steak. Steak is good. I don't know how you could do a carnivore diet. It must be incredibly expensive. So, hey, Johnny Midas, the rainy desert here. It's perfect. Beautiful today, 77 degrees. Just nice. We have 66 people tuned in. That's good. I have some clips of Joe Biden being ridiculous. I'll start with those. Here's just Joe Biden losing it.
One of the men who helped build that was Edward Blewett, my great-great-great-grandfather. He worked in the town brickyard. In 1828, he was paid, and they gave me a receipt, 21 pounds and 12 shillings to help supply the bricks for that cathedral. It was made able to touch. It was made, and I was able to touch some of my own hands, the very bricks he made.
That makes sense.
One of the men who helped.
That makes sense. I have him walking around. Here he is running into a door.
That Netanyahu should go.
Look, he doesn't know where to go. Then almost gets hit by the door on the way in. They say he's losing votes because of Netanyahu. I'll tell you guys about that. Here he is walking around. Trump's campaign spokesperson says Joe Biden continues to do his best impression of a short-circuited Roomba. Not even with help does he know what's going on or where he is. So here he is wandering around. Well, he does look lost, huh? He looks completely lost. He's wearing new shoes they're called boat anchor, or some people call them boat anchor shoes. He's wearing these shoes here. Let's see if I can zoom in on him. Can I? There you go. He's wearing these shoes that give you more stability so he doesn't fall over quite so much. So that's Joe Biden for you. Yeah, I don't know how people are going to elect him. I'll show you the comments. Hold on, let me show you this. I'll show you okay, here's the Donald Trump controversy. Here are the headlines. Trump says there will be a bloodbath if he loses the election. In Ohio rally, Trump says there will be a bloodbath. Trump says there will be a bloodbath. So this is what he said. This is the full context of what he said. And then I have other people saying bloodbath. Okay, so here's the full context of what he said. He was talking about the auto industry.
Mexico has taken, over a period of 30 years, 34% of the automobile manufacturing business in our country. Think of it, went to Mexico. China now is building a couple of massive plants where they're going to build the cars in Mexico and they think that they're going to sell those cars into the United States with no tax at the border. Let me tell you something to China. If you're listening, President Xi, and you and I are friends, but he understands the way I deal, those big monster car manufacturing plants that you're building in Mexico right now, and you think you're going to get that, you're going to not hire Americans, and you're going to sell the cars to us. Now, we're going to put a 100% tariff on every single car that comes across the line, and you're not going to be able to sell those cars. If I get elected, now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole. That's going to be the least of it. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country. That'll be the least of it. But they're not going to sell those cars. They're building massive factories. A friend of mine.
He was about to say it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole auto industry, basically. That's what he was going to say. And he's putting tariffs on. Yeah, tariffs. He doesn't realize. It's pretty funny. Trump doesn't realize that tariffs are actually taxes on Americans. But anyway, it's not, tariffs aren't necessarily a bad thing in trade disputes. as opposed to other kinds of taxes. So here's other people saying bloodbath. Here's a 2-minute super cut. Let's see. Oops, I better refresh this page. See if I can get it to play. So here are.
But as Politico.com reports tonight on the, quote, bloodbath at the RNC,
Headlines calling it a, quote, bloodbath. Be a bloodbath. Not only is it going to be a bloodbath, but after they leave New Hampshire, it's a bloodbath on her home turf. That's really tough. Trump has left a lot of corpses in his wake. I mean, we can count the bodies
as part of the, quote, MAGA drive to take over Maricopa County. And the headline refers to it as an impending bloodbath.
columnist Charles Blow has a new piece for the New York Times entitled A Biden Bloodbath.
2018 midterms, you can bet that they 100% are fearing a slaughter. In fact, the word bloodbath and massacre come up frequently.
The Republican Party will be destroyed. It's going to be a bloodbath.
There's going to be a bloodbath one way or the other.
Bloodbath for Bernie Sanders.
It's been a bloodbath. They're shaping up to be a bloodbath.
Head off a bloodbath in next year's crucial midterm.
Off-year elections are often a bloodbath.
This week's bloodbath for Democrats,
a bloodbath at the ballot box.
There could be a Republican bloodbath.
They'll talk about a bloodbath.
It's a bloodbath. I have to talk about you. And
really, it's going to be a bloodbath all day long.
Is in for a bloodbath.
Hasn't been a bloodbath on the way down.
Donald Trump bloodbath.
Be a bloodbath.
Predicted to be a bloodbath. May not be the bloodbath.
It would be a bloodbath.
More of a bloodbath.
It's going to be a bloodbath in November.
Possible Biden bloodbath this November.
A bloodbath on Wall Street.
There's going to be a bloodbath
in Alabama into a bloodbath.
Obviously, there was a bloodbath.
It was a bloodbath. We're down 800 points.
This bloodbath at Department of Homeland Security.
And it's a bloodbath today.
There was going to be this bloodbath.
Election bloodbath.
It could be a bloodbath for them.
Bloodbath, possibly.
Bloodbath that went through with the Attorney General.
Bloodbath 99 days out.
The bloodbath is going to look like
Presided over a bloodbath in the diplomatic corps.
Absolute, in my opinion, bloodbath. The Democrats are
calling it a ticket sales turned into a bloodbath.
Ticket sales for singer Taylor Swift's latest tour.
It's safe to say the fans had a bloodbath for the company after the fiasco.
There you go. There's a supercut of people saying bloodbath. Here's Nancy Pelosi spreading the lie. Basically, it's just a complete every headline, NPR. Everybody's saying, oh, I can't believe Donald Trump said it's going to be a bloodbath if he loses the election. He's just calling for, here's Pelosi talking about it.
Because he's even predicting a bloodbath. What does that mean? He's going to exact a bloodbath? There's something wrong here. How respectful I am of the American people and their goodness. But how much more do they have to see from him to understand that this isn't what our country is about? Praising Hitler. Praising the Russians because really? He's even predicting.
Praising Hitler. I haven't heard him praising Hitler. Joe Biden ran an ad about it saying that all the different hoaxes, the bloodbath hoax, the very fine people hoax, all of them.
Now, if I don't get elected, it's going to be a bloodbath. It's going to be a bloodbath for the country.
Jews will not replace us.
But you also had people that were very fine people on both sides.
Are you willing to condemn white supremacists and militia groups?
Proud Boys, stand back and stand by.
Please rise for the horribly and unfairly treated January 6th hostages.
There'll be a lot of pardons and commutations of January 6th defendants.
Yes, absolutely.
You tell your supporters now, no matter what, no violence.
And it's going to be a bloodbath.
Unbelievable. He's going to lose. He's losing really bad. I mean, the main thing is like what I showed you. They're losing minority support. They're losing minorities and women and young people too. On that side, here's Morning Joe saying he was called out. Elon Musk has basically been defending Donald Trump. He was saying it was going to be a bloodbath for the auto industry. And if, as a matter of fact, it would be a bloodbath for Tesla because China makes the most popular electric cars in the world in China. So if they move their production to Mexico and start shipping those cars in the United States, the chances are that would take away market share from Tesla. So it makes sense that Elon Musk would be defending him. Here's Morning Joe having a meltdown because he said it was insane that Trump called for a bloodbath. He said it's going to be a bloodbath for and he was going to say for the auto industry. And then he said it's going to be a bloodbath for the whole country. But
he's talking about a bloodbath for America. It's laid out in the terms of it. And these idiots on Twitter, these idiots on cable news, these idiots on Sunday shows going, well, president, he was talking only about the auto industry, and this is one more. It's just bullshit. Let me say that at 6:15 a.m. It's just bullshit. He knew what he was doing. We're not stupid. Americans aren't stupid. He was talking about a bloodbath. Sometimes a bloodbath means a bloodbath. And when he finishes by saying, and that's just going to be the least of it, seriously, these people may be stupid. We're not. He's talking about a bloodbath for America.
I have another supercut. Here's Trump responding to it. He said, the fake news media and their Democrat partners in the destruction of our nation pretend to be shocked at my use of the word bloodbath, even though they fully understood I was simply referring to imports allowed by crooked Joe Biden, which are killing the automobile industry. The United Auto Workers, but not their leadership, fully understand what I mean. With the electric car mandate being pushed by Biden, there soon won't be any cars made in the USA. Unless I'm elected president, in which case auto manufacturing will thrive like never before. MAGA 2024. So that's what he said about it. Here's 2 minutes. That's all right. Who cares? 2 minutes, 20 seconds of Dems calling for violence, but I can play it.
I just don't even know why there aren't uprisings all over the country. Maybe there will be.
People need to start taking to the streets. This is a dictator.
There needs to be unrest in the streets for as long as there's unrest in our lives.
Enemies of the state.
Show me where it says that protests are supposed to be polite and peaceful.
Do something about your dad's immigration practices, you feckless.
When they go low, we kick them.
How do you resist the temptation to run up and wring her neck?
The biggest terror threat in this country is white men, most of them radicalized right up to the right.
I thought he should have punched him in the face. I said, even if you lost, he insulted your wife.
Yes.
He came down the escalator and called Mexicans rapists and murderers. He said, well, what do you think I should have done? I said, I think you should have punched him in the face and then gotten out of the race. You would have been a hero.
I'd like to punch him in the face. I said, if we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him.
Punch some people in the face.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump, and that's a fact.
Look, as his character is stabbed to death.
Where is John Wilkes Booth when you need him?
I have thought an awful lot about blowing up the White House.
A Missouri state senator is under investigation by the Secret Service after saying she hopes President Trump is assassinated.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
And if you see anybody from that cabinet in a restaurant, in a department store, at a gasoline station, you get out and you create a crowd. And you push back on them. And you tell them they're not welcome anymore, anywhere.
And sadly, the domestic enemies to our voting system and our honoring our Constitution are right at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue.
They're not going to stop before Election Day in November, and they're not going to stop after Election Day. And that should be, everyone should take note of that on both levels, that this isn't, they're not going to let up, and they should not.
If you think we're rallying now, you ain't seen nothing yet.
There you go. That was somebody getting shot. So there's all the people calling for violence on the left. All right, now it's Michael Rappaport who I have a clip of. I have a clip of Michael Rappaport apparently saying he's getting paid for talking about Israel. So one of the reasons Biden is going to lose is because of his support for Israel. I have some, and that's what James Carville is saying. Anyway, here's Michael Rappaport allegedly saying he's getting paid by Israel. So check this out. He claims it's AI, but listen to this.
Price for the videos I think. If I say Israel, you got to pay me a certain price. If I say Zionist,
you pay me a certain price. If I say Zionist, Israel, and Jewish, that's the big three, I get paid for that. Right, same as always. Yeah, just keep paying me the same thing, Zionist, Israel, Jewish, you pay me. No problem. If I do what if I do a watermelon emoji, and if I say something about fuck Palestine? If I say fuck Palestine on camera, okay, you're gonna give me more. Okay, cool.
What do you guys think of that? What do you think of that? He claims it's AI. Let me see if there's any other. I don't know. Apparently he's claiming it's AI, but it's pretty funny. He says he's getting paid.
If I say Israel, you gotta pay me a certain price. If I say Zionist,
I don't know.
you pay me a certain price. If I say Zionist, Israel, and Jewish, that's the big three, I get paid for that. Right, same as always. Yeah, just keep paying me the same thing, Zionist, Israel, Jewish, you pay me. No problem. If I do what if I do a watermelon emoji, and if I say something about
Seems legit, but maybe he was joking.
Palestine on camera, okay, you're gonna give me more.
It's like bad satire, right? I don't know. But anyway, apparently Biden is losing. He's losing a lot of Democrats over Israel. That's the deal. It's because Democrats are more anti-Israel than Republicans in general, and especially in like Michigan, where there's a lot of Muslims that vote Democrat they're saying they're undecided so far. So let me show, here's a clip. Apparently Biden has grown angry and anxious about his re-election effort.
We are getting this new reporting about the Biden campaign and about President Biden himself and how he is taking, especially all of these polls, which show him in some cases losing to former President Trump. Basically, our reporting says that Biden has grown angry and anxious about his reelection effort. Simone, is that what you're hearing in your conversations with Democrats?
Well, yeah. I mean, look, if I were running for election against a person like Donald Trump, who has as many issues as he has and has committed as many alleged acts of criminality as he has, and I would be, and you saw polls that said I was losing to him, even I would be like, well, what is going on here in America?
We are getting this new reporting
so he's losing it. That's what they're reporting. They're reporting that he's getting angry, which makes sense with his dementia and stuff. And hey, we got 100 people tuned in. Good to see you guys. Thanks for joining me for the show. I'm going to go into my coffees. You can support the show by going to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. You can leave super chats too. I'll read those in a couple minutes. Hold on. Let me just communicate with my wife. All right. So that's what they say. James Carville says that, speaking of the uncommitted vote in Michigan, Carville said it'll be Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's fault if Biden loses the election in November. Quote, there is a problem all across the country with Democratic voters who will punish Biden if he continues to support Israel. And I hope that the president and Blinken can get this thing calmed down, because if it don't get calmed down before the Democratic convention in Chicago, it's going to be a very ugly time in Chicago. So that's why he's losing a lot of people of color, is because they support Palestinians. So here's a clip of that. There are reports that Biden began to shout and swear when he learned the handling of the conflict in Israel was negatively affecting his poll numbers.
There's a report that when President Biden was told his handling of the war between Israel and Hamas was starting to affect his poll numbers, the quote is, he began to shout and swear. So when he does that, is he shouting and swearing about Netanyahu or about Hamas or about his poll numbers?
This is the when did you stop beating your spouse question, because I don't think he ever did that. And so, well, you use that as the premise of your question, which is when he does that. I've never seen him do that, shout or swear in response to that. So from my perspective, that particular report is not correct. Yeah.
So there you go. They're denying the report. But apparently he's getting angry because of that, because of his support for Israel. So, all right, I'll check my coffee. It's been a half hour. Thanks. We got 113 people tuned in. That's cool. Thanks everybody for tuning in. You can go to buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil. Little round box. Thanks so much for supporting the show. We try to get 6 coffees per show, which is $30, which really isn't a crazy goal, just to try to get by, especially to afford food and stuff, which is crazy expensive. And Sumi has to go to the eye doctor and stuff. So thanks, Little Round Box, for buying 5 coffees. Says, have a great week, Nate. I appreciate you, Little Round Box. Thanks for that. That was early this morning. Thank you for that. If you want to support the show, yep, just go there, buymeacoffee.com/lifttheveil, or you can buy our t-shirts at truthclothing.io. I'm wearing our Bitcoin shirt today. Sold a propaganda t-shirt today. I can show you that. This is our website, truthclothing.io. Sold one of these t-shirts today, going out overseas, actually. So that version of it. So that's a pretty cool. And we're talking about propaganda and the MSM today. So that's a great shirt. People like it. When they see it, they tell you about it. So that's at truthclothing.io. Thanks for supporting the show. All right. Judge Jackson is saying the First Amendment is getting in the way of censorship. Let me show you that here.
Justice Jackson?
So my biggest concern is that your view has the First Amendment hamstringing the government in significant ways.
The First Amendment hamstringing the government.
Important time periods. I mean, what would you have the government do? I've heard you say a couple times that the government can post its own speech, but in my hypothetical, kids, this is not safe, don't do it, is not going to get it done. And so I guess some might say that the government actually has a duty to take steps to protect the citizens of this country. And you seem to be suggesting that that duty cannot manifest itself in the government encouraging or even pressuring platforms to take down harmful information. So can you help me? Because I'm really worried about that, because you've got the First Amendment operating in an environment of threatening circumstances from the government's perspective, and you're saying that the government can't interact with the source of those problems.
And Your Honor, I understand that instinct, and I guess what I tell you is
There you go. So that's the story. She is saying that the First Amendment is hamstringing the U.S. government so they can't censor enough, which the government got themselves in trouble for already. So, all right, now I have some, let's see what else I have. Trump isn't able to make his bond in the civil fraud case. So he's not going to be able to appeal it. And so he's going to be, I mean, that's such a significant amount of money. He's apparently a billionaire, but he doesn't have that much money liquid. So he might have his property seized or something. So he is unable to make his bond right now for the civil fraud case in the case in New York, which was crazy, where he got in trouble for putting down different numbers on his loan applications, the loans which were paid back in full. So where there was no victim in the crime. All right, I have some of Don Lemon with Elon Musk. I could probably play you these full clips. So here's Don Lemon asking Elon Musk about why he doesn't censor more. Oops, sorry. I'm not sharing the right thing.
You believe,
here we go.
You recently called content moderation, though, a digital chastity belt. Do you think that you believe that X and you have some responsibility to moderate hate speech on the platform?
I think we have a responsibility to adhere to the law, and we have a responsibility to be transparent about when things are shown, why they're shown. That's why we open source our algorithm. I think once you start going beyond the law, now you're putting your thumb on the scale, and we don't want to put our thumb on the scale.
It doesn't concern you that hate speech has gone. Research shows that it's gone up on the platform since you took over. That's not concerning to you?
I believe that is false. In fact, the research that I've seen says it went down.
The study from the Institute of Strategic Dialogue found that anti-Semitic tweets doubled from June 22 to February 2023. One study reported that as many as 86% of the posts reported for hateful content remained up after being reported. Hate speech on the platform is up.
So what they will typically do is they will count the number of posts, but not count the number of views. So what matters is, was that post given high visibility, or what did like one person see it? And if you look at the number of views of how many times was hate content viewed on our platform, it is down substantially.
Yeah. Well,
So that means they are censoring.
What the study shows, and you said
Otherwise,
you like
so he is censoring somehow. Like, if he's saying that views are down, he suppresses the visibility of tweets somehow.
transparency. I'm going to show you this, and
Don, you can get a study that will tell you whatever you want.
But this is
And
just a handful
Girl
of extremely-
says
you look at
anti-Semitic tweets, like, right, if you say from the river to the sea or something like that, or tweet a watermelon emoji.
those anti-Semitic and
Here we go.
racist tropes and tweets. And as of this morning, they're still on X. And from your own content policy, these posts should have been deleted. So why haven't they been deleted? Why are they still there? Did you?
We delete things if they are illegal.
These have been up there for a while.
Are they illegal?
No, they're not illegal, but they're hateful, and they can lead to violence. As I just read to you, the shooters, in all of these mass shootings, attributed social media to radicalizing.
So Don, you love censorship, is what you're saying?
No, I don't love censorship.
Then why are you asking?
I believe in moderation, but I don't believe in
censorship. Moderation is a propaganda word for censorship.
But don't you think free speech is one thing, right? Or not,
Look, if something's illegal, we're going to take it down. If it's not illegal, then we're putting our thumb on the scale and we're being censors.
You're putting your thumb on the scale for moderating hate speech. I mean, you don't put out child pornography. That's not.
It's illegal.
Some people would say that's considered censorship. I'm just saying you.
No, I literally, Don, I literally said if something
If
is
it's illegal,
okay, we will
it's taken
obviously
down.
remove it.
Okay.
But if it is not legal, the laws in this country are put forward by the citizens. We're a democracy. If those laws are put in place by the people, we adhere to those laws.
Okay, I
We adhere to the
agree.
laws of others. If you go beyond the law, you're actually going beyond the will of the people.
Okay, agreed with the law. But if you are doing something that promotes hate and violence and ultimately leads to killing, you don't feel you have any responsibility not to do that? When the people who are doing it
I think the
admittedly are
mainstream media
saying
there's articles all the time that lead to violence and killing. Don't they? Shouldn't they? Like, you're applying a differential standard to.
But that would never be in mainstream media. These types of images, that type of language, those things would never be. We'd never.
Are they doing this in a car
I mean, when
dealership or something? Maybe they are. Maybe it's at Tesla's facilities or something. I don't recognize that vehicle as being a Tesla, but maybe that's where they are.
It was in mainstream media. We'd never promote things that would be anti-Semitic. We would never promote things that would.
Anti-Semitic either.
Did you not see those?
You said promote. If content is on the platform, that doesn't mean we promote it.
But that wouldn't be on a platform for mainstream media at all.
No, but you can think of that. That's because the mainstream media has like, whatever, 20 articles a day. We have 500 million posts today.
Okay,
500
understood.
million.
Does it bother you? How do you feel about that when you see it?
I obviously disagree with that. I think it's not good at all. It's terrible.
But you don't want to get rid of it on the platform, or at least moderate it.
The rules. What you're suggesting is censorship that goes beyond the law. And what I'm saying is, I guess have a disagreement, because I do not believe in censorship that goes beyond the law, and you do. We have a difference of opinion in that regard.
I understand that, but these are your own rules on your own platform. These go against the rules on your platform. That's why I'm asking you. If you said, listen, we allow everything, but that's not what your content rules say, and that's why I'm asking you, why are they still there? Your own content policy. That's why I'm asking you that, not because.
Which part of our content policy says that we should delete these things?
Your content policy talks about hate speech.
Yes, we don't promote hate speech.
And so you don't consider that hate speech.
I guess you're not understanding what I'm saying. If there's you can find you can sign up right now and do 100 things that are hateful. But if nobody reads it, it doesn't matter. So you can think of X as being, it's much like the internet. It's not some tiny publication with like 20 articles a day. It's 500 million.
But everyone has the opportunity to read it, Elon. It's not
And
that-
everyone
you
has
don't
the
know who's
opportunity to
gonna
read the internet. Are you suggesting we should shut down the internet?
No, but you don't own the internet.
Good
I'm asking you about you and your responsibility on your platform. And so I see how you feel now. You don't agree. We don't agree on this.
Yes, you want censorship and I don't.
No, I don't want censorship at all.
Yes, you do.
No, I want responsibility. I think
you desperately want censorship.
No, if I want a censorship,
You want censorship so bad you can taste it.
no, that's not true. It's not true. I think that there's right and wrong.
Oh,
And I think
nobody wants
that,
censorship.
and I think that when you have a platform that's as big as yours and as powerful as yours and as influential as yours, and you are a person of consequence to the world with what you do, that there is a certain responsibility that goes along with what you have on your platform and what you put out to the world. And I think that.
All right, good enough. So that's why he got fired. So Don Lemon got fired. Here he is. Here's another clip from that interview where Elon Musk says if we lower standards for doctors, people might end up dying more. So here's that.
I believe that if we lower the standards for what it takes to become a doctor.
You're saying if we lower the standards,
Yes.
but do you believe people are dying because the standards are being lowered?
I don't
Or have
think
been
that
lowered?
is yes an issue, but it could become an issue.
Okay. But the actual evidence in history shows the exact opposite. If you look at how minorities are treated by the medical system, most doctors now are white. And there are lots of mistakes in medicine. So you're saying that my doctors have bad medical care? I'm trying to understand your logic here when it comes to DEI, because there's no actual evidence of what you're saying.
No, I said, so if the standards, like let's say, I think that particular thing was referring to surgeons. Let's say a surgeon is asked to, a surgeon in training is asked to do a series of operations under the supervision of a senior surgeon, and they get a bunch of those operations wrong. If that happens, and yet they are still approved to be a surgeon, the probability that someone will die, I think, at some point is high.
Okay, I understand that, but that's a hypothetical. That doesn't mean it's happening.
I didn't say it's happening.
I said if it happens.
You didn't say it was happening.
I said it will. I said if we lower standards, people will die.
But why respond to something or put something out there that has not happened? Because I could say,
I don't want it to happen. I think we don't want to lower standards.
Okay, if you look at the history of the medical industry, especially when
Is
it comes
Don
to
saying we should lower standards? I'm trying to figure it out. If we lower standards, people will die. Yes, probably. There's already evidence that this is evidence of race-based medical school acceptance rates by GPA. And it shows that Hispanics and Blacks have a much better chance of getting in than whites and Asians with lower scores, lower GPAs, and lower MCAT scores. So where in this lowest portion, only 6% of Asians get in with these lower scores, and 56% of Blacks get in. But eventually they all have to pass an exam. It'd be if they got rid of the medical exams that we would, or they lowered the standards of the medical exams in order to get more Black doctors. But they're already lowering their standards to accept them into medical school. But just like being an attorney, you have to pass a bar exam still. So if it's the same bar exam for everybody and you have to pass it, then that shouldn't result in having worse results. So, but they're talking about getting rid of the bar exam. Here's so that's a little bit of that interview. So here's video from AOC's district where immigrants are just setting up these markets on the street selling clothes and stuff, which who knows where they get all these clothes from, but this is AOC's district right now. People are saying it's like a third world country. So there is an AOC meme coin, Hortez, HOWHORTEZ, you can invest in. All right, then I have a little financial news. All of the jobs created in the past year have been part-time jobs. All of the jobs created in the past year have been part-time jobs. According to Zillow, 4 years ago, in order to buy a home, you had to make $59,000 a year. Now, after Biden's been in office for almost 4 years, you have to make $106,000 to afford the average home. And so housing is at an all-time, housing affordability is the worst it's ever been. First-time buyers face the least affordable market on record. If I want to buy a house in California, forget about it. So, okay, finally, I have like an AI clip that just shows that AI has become undistinguishable from humans. I'll play this. And last chance, if you want to donate to the show, last chance. Love people who support the show. Let me see. Okay, yeah, nothing. Appreciate you guys who support the show. Oops. My browser jammed. Here, see if you can listen to this.
Hey, ChatGPT, can you describe a nice kitchen scene, but make it very casual and breathe and say and things that sound very natural while you're describing?
Sure thing. Picture this. You're in this cozy kitchen, right?
Oh, I think you can't hear well enough. It sounds good, though. Let's see if you can hear it.
Curtains giving that warm glow. You can almost smell the aroma of fresh coffee brewing. There's this gentle hum of the fridge in the background, kind of soothing, you know? And maybe there's a bit of chatter as someone's flipping pancakes on the stove. It's just this laid-back vibe, like time's taking a chill pill. You can almost feel yourself sinking into the comfort of it all.
There you go. So, sounds pretty amazing, right? Sounds pretty amazing. All right, that's AI for you. Okay, guys, I think that's the show. Like I said, if you want to support the show, we really appreciate it. You can do it by buying t-shirts or going to buy me a coffee anytime. Didn't reach our goal for today, but tomorrow is a new day. So we'll try to bring you another show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. If you have any questions or anything, throw them in the chat. Otherwise, we are out of here. Let's see where Solana's at 202, 202, 202.3. Bitcoin at 67.5. So little higher, right around where it was when the show started. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you need any help with cryptocurrency, I love helping out people with that. So make sure to text me at 650-429-8294. Or you can reach out to me on Twitter at lifttheveil411. And we'll see you at the next one. All right. Thanks everybody for tuning in. And for now, that's what it is.